Hello everyone. In this video, I will show you some geometry node tools I've created. Using these tools you can create content like this quickly and easily. I've uploaded these tools to Gumroad along with installation instructions. You can find this link in description. Let's get started. First one. AlongBezierCurve tool. This tool allows you to make models move along a Bezier curve. Add this geometry node tool to the created curve. Select the collection, then models will wrap around the curve. The model will move in the direction of the curve. You can set the number of models with count. Flow speed controls the speed of animation. Offset can adjust the distance of the model around the curve. Random mini size and random max size set the size of these models. You can also enter curve edit mode. Select curve points. Alt+S controls the overall size of the models around this point. Ctrl+T controls the angle at which models around this point rotate around the curve. After checking change speed, the speed of models moving along the curve will vary. Change speed power controls the position of the speed variation. This is the basic usage of this tool. In this case, objects move along a closed curve. To make the animation loop, divide the frame rate by flow speed to get the loop frame count. My frame rate is 60. 60 divided by 0.4 equals 150. The animation will loop in 150 frames. Similarly in this case, 60 divided by 0.35 equals 172. 172 frames is the minimum loop frame for this animation. Next is ArrayCircle. When I used Blender earlier, I liked the array modifier, but there wasn't a tool to arrange objects in a circle around a point directly. So I made this tool. This is a model of a HomePod. I need to arrange this wire around the body of the HomePod. Add the ArrayCircle tool to this wire. Count sets the number of arrangements. Circle radius sets the size of the circle. Circle scale X and circle scale Y can make the arranged circle elliptical. Mini random size and max random size set the size of the arranged models. Random size seed is the random value for changing size. This is a simple tool. Setting the circle radius to 0 might cause an issue. Just give it a very small value instead. Duplicate this model. Scale Z to -1 to reverse the outside grid of the HomePod. The HomePod model is done. You can use this tool to make similar models. The third one is PutObjectsOnSurface. This tool allows you to place created models onto terrain quickly. First, add this tool to the terrain. This modifier needs two things: a collection containing the models to be placed. I've prepared a collection with a small tree, and an image to control the distribution and size of the trees. Additionally, the terrain needs to have UV. Select the collection containing the trees. Enter the material editor and create an empty black texture under the terrain's material. In the modifier, select the created texture. Enter texture painting mode to use brushes to start placing the trees on the terrain. Open the tool sidebar. Here is the texture created earlier. In the color section, I define red to represent distribution density and green to represent model size. If pure red is used, the model will be invisible with a size of 0. So, choose a yellow color between them to place the trees. Choose the Add Brush mode. Then you can draw the tree on the terrain. Changing the color to green allows you to control the size of the trees with the brush. Switching to red and setting the brush mode to darken, when the intensity is set to 1, erases trees. Lowering the intensity shrinks the trees. Add another texture using the same method to place additional content. Select the corresponding model and texture. Activate the texture created just now under texture slots to start drawing. My tool offers 3 modes for drawing models. Align normal controls whether the models on the terrain align with the terrain's normals. Density scale controls the density of distribution for each model group. Seed changes the random rotation of models, making the distribution look more natural. Under texture slots, you can quickly select the corresponding texture for drawing. The most important point is that the drawn textures need to be saved in OpenEXR format for the models placed on the terrain to be saved completely. If you want to add more content to the terrain, you can copy this group in the geometry node and reference the corresponding links. Shake is a simple tool. By adding shake to this butterfly, its wings can flap. You can adjust the speed, magnitude, and around which axis it shakes. Next is Time tool. As the name suggests, it's for creating time animations. Here's an example with a clock. The second, minute, and hour hands are independent, with pivot points set up. I'll demonstrate this using the latest version of Blender. Playing the animation, you can see the second hand's movement. By default, it rotates around the x-axis. Here, you can set the correct rotation direction. Create collections for the minute and hour hands and hide them. Then, in the Time modifier, select the respective collections for the minute and hour hand. The time animation is now set up. Note that the time here is unaffected by the frame rate. Time scale adjusts the speed of time passing. Animation type toggles between 2 animation modes. Invert direction creates a time reversal effect. Second offset, minute offset, and hour offset work like setting the time precisely and determining when the time animation starts. Finally, let's talk about wave. I'll use this caterpillar as an example. Speed controls the wave's speed. Wave scale adjusts its proportions. World position offset changes the wave's position. It's like showing 2 models with the same positions but different wave effects. Wave power adjusts the wave's magnitude. Only pin Z direction fixes the lower half of the model's Z direction. By combining these, you can achieve the effect you want. First, I'll create a ripple effect on the upper half. Duplicate this modifier. Wave Z makes the caterpillar's upper body undulate. Duplicate it again. I make the caterpillar's front half undulate back and forth. Finally, I'll add a side-to-side sway. Alright, that's the usage of these 6 tools demonstrated. I hope you can use them to improve your workflow or create some amazing effects. Thanks for watching. See you next time.